Welcome back to Living Houston Real Estate. My name is Julian Lopez. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're talking about the Zillow 2022 housing market crash, and we're going to dive into some specifics, some details, a couple of articles that have spoken briefly on this topic, and talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and maybe a little bit of the realistic side that ties in with the data concerning this topic and for the homeowners and potential home buyers in the very near future. So to start up, we're going to go on to Zillow.com. So let me go here. And so there was a couple of homes that I looked at that are out here, and Zillow did have these price cuts when they purchased their homes. They purchased these homes at the absolute peak of the market. There was people buying and selling, and they were going based off of their algorithm Zestimate. So they weren't sending anybody out to the property to look at these homes, to look at the inside, look at the neighborhood, all these different things. So some could say they might have done it the wrong way. So this one, for example, had a $15,000 price cut, 917. So just a couple months ago. Let's get out of that one. And another one that they had dropped the price on just about a week ago, 10 days ago, $5,000 off of that property. And let's see, this guy here, 284,900, $15,000 price cut on that as well. And that just happened about 15 days ago or so. And so that gives you an idea of, that's just the Houston area. You can see here kind of all over the place. There's still a lot of homes that are sold. And to tie into that, this is a little quick screenshot, little shot from our MLS here in Houston. This is the Kingwood area. So as you can see, there's still a lot of homes that are either option pending or pending and continuing to show the home. But in comparison with the sold properties, even if you go out way far, there's a whole lot of orange and not a whole lot of green. There is still some green, but there's not a whole lot. So let's talk a little bit more about why Zillow is cutting their prices and what happened with this whole scenario. So again, Zillow did not partner with a real estate agent or maybe a real estate attorney, an appraiser, lender, anybody to justify the prices that they were paying for these homes. And so at the end of the day, they did end up purchasing these homes for quite probably way more than they should have at the absolute peak of a housing bubble. And so there was a short clip in here that talked briefly about that. So let's go there. So Zillow and Redfin have been swift to respond to the public's concerns. Redfin shared that its buyer program, Redfin Now, sold only 292 homes in the second quarter. That represents 0.01% of all homes sold. That's it. So what I'm hearing is that everyone's freaking out for nothing because they don't even own that many homes. 0.01. Okay, so let's not freak out too much. There's something they said right there that's really important. Intentionally overpaying for homes would be a terrible business model. And in the same period, 99% of homes sold by Redfin were done through the traditional listing service. So that means they went through the normal process, went out, sent someone out to appraise the property, make sure that they listed it at the right price and bought it at the right price if they decided to do the iBuyer in this scenario. Zillow is the number one real estate company in the world. Real estate agents will actually pay Zillow to get leads from that website because Zillow lists all of the homes that are put on the MLS. They pulled that information directly from there. So that's how they typically run their business until they started doing their iBuyer program. So what it sounds like to me is that Zillow stepped out of their lane and they went on the wrong side of the road and they got their tail run over because they did it the wrong way. So Zillow, if you're listening, stay in your lane, stay street smart, leave it to the professionals, the real estate agents and the appraisers that do this for a living. And we really appreciate the leads, though. You're doing a great job with that. So A couple of the top cities that are being affected by this are the Sun Belt states or the Sun Belt areas. Texas, Dallas, and Houston are being affected, as well as Phoenix and Atlanta as well. So those are a couple of the places that have had issues. And you're looking at they're listing these homes for 2/3 of what they paid for them. Some of them, 64% of the homes in Atlanta were listed lower than what they purchased these homes for. So does Zillow see something coming in the near future, a market crash, or are they just trying to get a little bit back from, before it gets too late and the bubble simmers down a little bit? Are they just trying to get back what they've already lost? If your stock starts to go down, you want to try and sell it before it gets too crazy. So maybe that's what Zillow is thinking. Not only is Zillow being affected by this whole ordeal, but so are homeowners that have been looking at and using almost religiously the Zestimate as not only a tool, but as a holy grail to tell them what your home is worth. How much equity do you have in your home? If you were to sell your home tomorrow, how much would you sell your home for? How much could you get? So to me, it's quite misleading for the Zestimate to be so vague and to not go on very much information. And I feel like this is going to really hurt homeowners and it's going to really upset them. So why would Zillow buy all these homes and turn around and sell them less than a month later? That seems a little fast to me. So maybe they finally wised up and they realized and saw a trend that the housing market is starting to settle, starting to normalize, and that they started to see some of their listings sitting on the market as well as other listings that aren't sought after. And they decided, hey, let's cut our losses and let's send everything out so we don't take any more of a loss. Do I believe something is going to happen at maybe mid to the end of 2022? Quite possibly. We have, like I mentioned, started to see some more homes sitting on the market, especially those in less desirable neighborhoods or those that aren't turnkey ready, ready to go, ready to move in type homes. That's really what's selling at absolute top dollar. People are willing to pay that extra money to get into a beautiful home in a beautiful area. But like I said, Zillow definitely needs to stay in their lane, keep producing leads to the real estate agents, and let us do our jobs. We definitely feel like this is going to continue for the near future, at least for the next 6-8 months, possibly a year, and then we will start to see more of a normalization in the market. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time, and if you like this content, please don't hesitate. Hit that like and subscribe button. And turn on the bell for to get notified anytime I put out some new content. And if you have any questions, anything you'd like to see, please don't hesitate to leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear about what you'd like to see, and I'd love to cover some new topics and information. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.